What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Welcome to a brand new season on Forza Horizon 5. Well, by new season I mean it's just a new week, but technically it is a new season. We are in winter season, but it is the dry winter season, which is good because it just means that there's no like snow or anything about the place, except for I think really high up in the mountains. Anyway, doesn't matter. Welcome to a new week. There is obviously a new car added into the game, and it is not this Ferrari FXX-K. It's actually a more extreme version of this car. Yes, they made another version of this car, which is even more crazy than the one that I have now. So if I go into the... That's the wrong thing, isn't it? What am I supposed to go into? Is it... I'm just going to go into my festival. It's just easier to access it that way. But yeah, every single week, if you are a car pass holder, there's a new car. This week, FXX-K Evo 2018. This feels like it's going to be a ridiculous car. I want to see, however, if it is going to be a contender to the Sesto Elemento. Sesto Elemento is obviously one of the most extreme cars in this game to drive. It is, I think, the best handling car on the road that you can actually drive in this game. So, is this one of the cars that could, you know, possibly rival it? You know, it is made to literally be a race car. This thing, it looks insane. It looks brilliant though. Like, there's so many angles, there's so many, just everything. There's so many scoops and turns and everything. It's obviously based on the Ferrari platform, and then it's a Ferrari FXX-K, which then has been made even more powerful and better, more extreme race car than the normal FXX-K. So this is a ridiculous car, and I want to drive it. It looks nuts. It literally is just like a race car inside. It's just, well, it is a race car, pretty much, but I'm just saying, it looks crazy. 1,000 horsepower. Let me have a look here really quick. As well, the exact stats for this thing, so I wasn't paying attention. So 1,036 horsepower, 900 Newton meters of torque, 1,270 kilos. It's pretty, like, it's not, sorry, not specific. It's pretty intense. If I go to the Sesto Elemento, obviously this thing has 1,191 horsepower, 846 Newton meters of torque, so it doesn't have as much power as the Ferrari. However, it is only 909 kilos, and it's I don't know, it's mad. But obviously that was modified. This Ferrari isn't. This is still rear-wheel drive as well. So we got 1,000 horsepower all going to the rear wheels. It definitely turns in super fast. That's crazy. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just looking around the car itself. I'm just listening to it as well, because it sounds... That transmission whine as well. It just is a proper race car. I love that reversing camera as well in the middle. That's so cool. That acts like a mirror. Well, it's supposed to be technically the replacement of the mirror because they got rid of it. I don't even need to like slow down for these cars. I don't know why I'm actually slowing down. Really high rev in V12 to 9.5K. Let's go this way. I can't believe there's like no slip out of this thing at all. Not even like a little bit. The only time I actually literally went off the road with this car is when I was literally looking behind me and I steered off the road. Really high speed cornering with this thing is crazy. It just... I don't have to slow down for corners. I'm gonna go through this entire section. I just want to see how fast I can go through these corners. Oh my god. There you go. Yeah, these are some really, really tight corners, so I obviously have to slow down for these, but... I love the grip that this thing has. That's nuts. That is the only time I actually got this thing to go sideways. And I'm flooring it out of corners here as well. So this has some grip. Wow, that turn in is so good. It's a very, very cool car. I definitely need to have someone make a tune for this thing that's just ridiculous. Probably Don Juan Sung's going to make a tune for this guy. I highly, highly doubt that he's not going to. He usually makes some ridiculous tunes for this. For like all these crazy cars in the game. But I just like testing this thing out stock. Well, it's not even stock. Well, technically it is. It's standard. It's just the way it was added into the game. Without any sort of upgrades or mods or anything like that. I don't even know what you can actually do to this car. Can you even do anything to this car? High speed cornering with this thing is crazy. It's just so good. You just lift off slightly. You don't even have to brake. You just lift off slightly and then just starts turning into the corner like crazy. It's an incredible car. It's very, very, very good. This is top of S2 pretty much. I think as soon as I do anything to this car, I'm just gonna immediately go into X class. Should I try it out? Let's try it out on a circuit here. Let's go into rivals. This is, again, it's a completely standard car, so I haven't actually done anything to this car. We'll go on a course that requires me to have some slightly longer corners. Let's just do that. We could do this one. I want to do a circuit race though. These corners aren't too bad. I could possibly do this one. This one seems like the best one, or the very first one. The very first one just seems like it could be the best one. This is 1.8 miles. This is going through the city. This one could work. Let's just do this one. Why not? Then if we go to S2, then we pick this again without any sort of modifications, any upgrades, anything. I want to see what this thing is like. What sort of time can I actually squeeze out on this run? Compared to, like I said, cars that are most likely already modified, upgraded, and tuned, and all that sort of stuff. So, because I have a lot of confidence in this thing that it'll do well. I definitely do need to get like a rolling start with this thing because standing start is not, it's just a no-go with it because it is a it's rear-wheel drive. So obviously that'll happen. Wow. Like I said, the grip with this thing is intense. It's so good. What a fantastic car. I crashed into a pixel. That's fantastic. That's just so good. It's literally nothing. It's a blade of grass that I crashed into. There. Okay, let's do a proper run this time. Continue lapping. Like I said, the grip is just crazy, especially coming out of corners. Like, I'm here, like, thinking to myself, it's like, maybe I shouldn't floor it, you know, out of corners, but... By the way, I'm not driving with assist on. The only assist that I have on is ABS right now. So it's not like there's any assist stopping my wheels from spinning. It's literally just the car itself. The grip is just so good on it. .9. And that's why I went a bit too fast. It's a very, very good car. My god. I'm gonna go see what sort of upgrades we can have for this thing, but I'm not gonna spend a huge amount of time tuning it or anything like that, because I feel like it'll just take way too long for me to just, you know, perfect the way this is. But as a rear-wheel drive tune, I love rear-wheel drive cars in this game. I always love them, even in Horizon 4 as well. But I think for handling, especially for like higher speed corners and stuff like that, they are very, very good. right? I still think that they're better than some all-wheel drive cars. Even if you're making an all-wheel drive car and you want to make it fast around like high-speed corners and stuff like that, adding a lot of downforce and then just make a lot of the power go to the rear wheels is still the way to go, you know? But with this thing being fully rear-wheel drive all the time, it just feels like such a solid car, and that's what baffles me, right? When I go into corners and I'm doing like when I'm in like 4th gear or 3rd gear and I floor it out of corners, that's what I'm surprised how good, you know, the diff and the suspension and everything is already set up on this thing, that it just grips, you know, it just goes without slipping my wheels. That's what, like I said, surprised me the most with this car. It's just such a crazy car to drive. But let's just have a look here and see what sort of time I squeezed out with this thing. I'm 7,220 or 75th in the world with a standard car, right? This is not modified, and I still think I can go faster than that. That is a crazy car. That's so good. That's so good. I really do wonder what sort of you know, tunes people are going to be making for this thing, because I feel like it's just going to be one of the best cars in the game for racing. I can even upgrade my engine. You've got to be joking. But this again is the top of S2. I can, if I make it all-wheel drive. Is there even a point of making it all-wheel drive? I feel like I don't need to. I can change tire compound. It's already on race tires, so I don't really want to do that. Like I said, literally anything that I'll end up doing to this car is just immediately going to bring it up into X class. So let's have a look here. Transmission, again, changing it. It's just going to make it slightly lighter. It's making it lighter by 2 kilos if I put the 6-speed in it. Am I allowed to adjust everything that's on it now, or do I have to? Yeah, everything is adjustable. Literally every single thing is adjustable on this car. So should I just keep it like this, right, the way it's built now, so I don't mess with it at all? I can't put drift suspension on it. I could literally drift this thing, but I'm not going to do that. And then just give it more power, and we'll see how it handles it. Just left rear-wheel drive. 1,145 kilos, 995 Newton meters of torque. I can't make it any... I can sort of make it a little bit lighter, but I don't think there's anything else I can really do to this car. So just adding this thing is just obviously going to bring it into X class. So it's just going to be a little bit faster now than what it was before, but I genuinely don't think it needs the power. But this is pretty much the way this is built right now. I'm going to increase my aero. I'm going to max out my aero for the front and the rear. And let's see how fast this thing is around corners now, because I feel like it's going to be even quicker. It's going to like just be stuck to the ground. And also after upgrading a little bit of power. Oh my god. I'm turning it too early. I think this is gonna go a little wider than what it's supposed to. Or than what it is doing. Oh my god. It's like the Sesto Elemento. It literally was just like the Sesto Elemento. I still think the Sesto Elemento, because of how light it actually is. It turns in a little bit sharper and a little bit faster. But again, I haven't really put a tune onto this thing. The only thing I've done is just increase my downforce. And I gave it slightly more power. I still like the grip of this thing. I still think it's doing a great job controlling grip, even though I gave it more power, so the diff setup should probably be changed slightly to compensate for this, but it still does a really good job. Sound is crazy as well. Sounds really good. Slight cut there. This thing is stupid. It's just so good. It's so good to drive. There we go. High speed cornering with it. Oh my god, I'm like barely turning my left stick. Oh, this thing just darts into corners. Wow. I'm literally barely turning my left stick to just to turn the steering for this thing. It's a very good car. I definitely recommend trying it out. I just wanted to test it out in this video pretty much to see what it was like and see what sort of options we can have for this thing. But it's a ridiculous race car what they added into the game. If you have the car pass and you want to try it out yourselves, go for it. Here's another one. Here is another one. He's doing it as well. He's just slamming it into corners. Not a care in the world. Oh, he crashed. And he's gone off. You're going a little bit too fast, mate. Oh, come on. He crashed, but like, it didn't even slow him down. It just pushed the car in front of me. Alright, brilliant. Alright, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment, do whatever it is you guys want to do. And yeah, I'm definitely down in one of the future videos to try one of these things to just to use for anything, you know, for rivals or whatever. If somebody makes a tune for this thing for S2, I'm definitely down to try and use it. If it's any better than pretty much what I've driven now, because this is just ridiculous. It's just such a good car. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.